Dude,
like
fucking John Daly drank like fucking 12 beers a day, smoked
But here's
3
the
packs,
thing.
did
But
blow,
here's the thing.
fucking was fucking in between
Here's the thing.
shots, like, focus.
That's what John Daly needed to focus.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is McClay?
All right. Action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast, episode 116. I'm Keith Obit with my best friend, Bryan McClay. If you enjoy the show, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and also hit that red subscribe button. You can also find videos above McClay's head. So I'm very excited to have our next guest. Everyone knows I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy. I actually just thought I would read a bio really quick if that was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is kind of, I just found on different sites on the internet. It just says, in December 2019, our guest was hand-selected by Frank Caliendo to be 98 KUPD's funniest comedian and is awarded the opportunity to open for Bryan Callen, Adam Ray, and Frank Caliendo in front of an audience of 4,000 people at Celebrity Theater. John was also a finalist for Rick Bronson's funniest comedian and a winner of the Pacific Cannabis Cup in 2016. He is a past regular at every major club in Phoenix, including the Tempe Improv, where he recently opened for the Adam Carolla on a 2-man show. I don't know how old that was. But I'd like to welcome our guest, Jon Carden. How's it going, man?
It's good, man. Yeah, it's good.
I really appreciate you taking the time to come down and bullshit with us. So
Yeah, dude. I love this shit.
you like doing podcasts?
Yeah, I love it. I love this is the best.
Hell yeah. Well, we recently had on comedian Ashley Rose.
Yeah, I love her. She's
Yeah.
she's a good person.
Oh yeah, she's fucking great person, great guest, great person to talk to. After we were done with the show, like I said, we love fucking stand-up comedian. I respect and just every podcast I listen to is a stand-up comedian. You know what I mean? I just love the art. And I was like, can you get other comedians on the shows or anybody that you suggest? And the first person was you, actually. And so immediately I friended you on Facebook, and I've been following along what you're doing and shit. And I was like, oh, he's doing some badass shit. And I was like, I need to ask him to come on the show. And then suddenly you're like, I'm making that jump to Austin. And I was like, oh, we got to get him on like ASAP, now because I actually wanted to talk about the Austin stuff because from what I see between like, say, Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, I feel like they have these big plans that they're
huge.
Like I feel like they're gonna recreate the Comedy Store there in a sense.
Yeah, I do. I think it's gonna be the best environment for comedy in the country
for sure.
Yeah, it's strange how it happened, because I was gonna move to Austin 2 years ago.
Oh shit.
My kids live in Waco.
Oh damn.
So it was never really a comedy move for me. And now it's kind of become a comedy move, which is strange.
That was meant to be.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. It's fortuitous. Yeah,
Yeah.
extremely fortuitous for it to happen the way it happened.
Yeah.
So when you heard of Joe Rogan's move, and then literally all the so maybe we should explain this a little bit if for people who don't know. There's been a huge flux of people from LA moving to Austin, not just comedians, but actors, big tech. Elon Musk is moving Tesla over there. A lot of the Silicon Valley's moving over there. So Google's there. So
it makes sense.
Yeah, because apparently
dollars and cents.
Yeah, apparently there's a 10% tax that automatically your income goes to California, and Texas doesn't have that. So I'm sure Joe Rogan on the 100 million he's saving like 10 mil just
think about it. For every million that you make, they're taking $100 and something thousand. That's crazy.
That's a lot. I know.
I don't care how rich you are. $100,000 is a lot of scratch.
And California's a fucking shithole.
Yeah.
They can't even get rid of the homeless.
No.
You know what I mean? They can't help the homeless in Cali. So what are all these tax dollars going for? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Texas is different. It's on some different shit. It is more millionaire friendly, in a lot of ways. The whole state. That's why there's so much oil money there, because they know, that state tax sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom Segura's moved there. Tim Dillon's moved there. Christina Tom's wife, they moved there.
Fucking Tony Hinchcliffe.
Dustin Ibarra. There's been like a lot of shit. Red Band moved there
now. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love to see that, because let's be honest, the Comedy Store in the last 10 years, maybe 5 years, has just really reignited comedy.
Yeah.
There's been a comedy boom.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was going to die. Like I really did. I thought it was going to kind of kilt her off a little bit, but podcasts keep it going.
Yeah.
A lot of the people, the comedians during the pandemic kind of doubled down on their podcast even because they couldn't do stand up.
Yeah. I mean, I was in Arizona and we live, we die, we live again in this bitch.
Well, that's what
we don't give a shit. So I've been working, I mean, everybody else is doing Zoom shows and shit. And I'm like, I feel guilty a little bit, but at the same time, it's like the club's open. I'm gonna work.
Has anything changed? I mean, like, are they spreading people out?
Yeah, people are more spread out.
Yeah.
You got to have your mask on when you get up. It's all the normal COVID protocols everywhere. It's just Arizona. You know what I mean?
I saw that you were doing the drive-through shows. Like that seems different.
I did one of those.
How was that?
I only did one. It was you're doing comedy for Kias, man. It's you know what I mean?
I feel I've never obviously done stand-up, but I feel like a lot of it has to do with the audience reaction. I just feel like them being inside of the vehicle just, I don't know, maybe it throws that off a little bit.
It did at first. I had to figure it out. I figured it out while I was up there, and it was if I could get them to flash their lights when they're laughing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
It gives you a cadence because you realize they're laughing and they're flecking the lights while they're laughing. And I tried the horn at first, and that didn't work. That was too fucking loud. Fucked everything up. But the flashing lights worked. It really did.
Well, even if they have their windows down, could you hear them laughing?
Yeah, you could. Some people are in convertibles. And I'm like, that's kind of anti-COVID, the whole, whatever. But yeah, it was interesting. Some comedians did better than others. Because if you're more of like a low energy guy and it's like, more conversational, that's hard for you. You know what I mean? If you've got material and you could just run through your material, it'll be easier. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's a podcast.
It sounds like there's two types of comedians, at least from the outside looking in. There's the ones that, depend on crowd work, and then there's ones that have material, right? Is that from outsider looking in? Is that right, wrong?
I think the best comedians do both.
Yeah.
The ones that are, 10, 20 years in.
I think crowd work doesn't really factor in when I'm looking at it. Because I think funny is a gift, but comedy is a craft.
100%.
And I think there's some people that rely heavily on the gift of funny, and there's some people that rely heavily on the craft of comedy. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because I know the funniest motherfuckers in the world, but that doesn't mean they can go up on stage and be funny because it is such an art form.
Exactly. They're gifted they have the gift of funny. But if you look at somebody like Kevin Hart, for example, he's one person where both met. And he has both.
Yeah.
And he has both at the top level of ever having both.
Yeah.
Right? He's like the Jordan of funny as a gift, comedy as a craft.
Yeah.
He combined them and fucking went with it. So
is he one of your favorites?
I respect him. I'm not gonna say he's like my favorite comedian.
Who are some of your favorites?
Ron White.
Yeah.
Ron White, Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz.
For sure.
Oh, he's my favorite, dude.
Dude, Joey Diaz is the reason I work hard.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Because
his podcast is super inspiring.
It's great, but also if you've ever seen him live.
Oh, yeah, multiple times.
He shakes a fucking room.
Dude,
in a way that it almost hurts you as a comic.
Bro, I cry when he's walking out. There is an energy that he brings that no other comedian I've ever seen live brings. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm such a fan and I'm into his podcast. But you're right. The whole fucking room is literally fucking shaking.
And so you can actually touch the walls and feel the vibrations of the goddamn room when he's on stage. And I saw that and I'm like, man, I just want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's either be as good as Joey Diaz or I don't want to be doing it.
Yeah.
We're the nerds after the show fucking getting our shit signed, and I remember you fucking taking like 20 minutes to take out your poster and shit. So he's like, hurry the fuck up, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I felt bad. Yeah, I felt bad. I don't know. Like, what do comedians think about shit like that?
I mean, it's always a weird moment after shows. It's a weird thing. It's when we're the animals behind the glass, right? And we've got to sell the merch. We've got to shake the hands. We've got to do the thing. But 80% of us don't want to do it.
Yeah.
We just want to do stand-up.
Yeah, you want to be on stage.
Because that's the business side of it.
Exactly.
And that sucks, usually. You just want to do the art of it.
I mean, there's people that are really good at the business side of it, man. Like Joe Coy. Joe Coy is fucking on it when it comes to the business side of comedy, dude. Like he sells merch. They has an 18-wheeler go behind his ass.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Full of merch. Like this dude, he's figured it out. A lot of comics have. Where business is just as important as...
It's kind of like the music game too. Like you you're playing your music, but you're making your money selling the merch and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of sucks. You know?
But what I had to realize is that I'm my own comedy company. I'm an independent company, right? I sell a comedy product. Now, what I'm doing, I'm working on is I'm differentiating my product and trying to diversify. So I want to write. I want to write scripts. I want to work on a podcast, get the podcast. I want stand-up, you know, because now I'm realizing that there's all these different streams to be able to do this now. And for the longest time, I'm just like a disciple of stand-up. I just wanted to get really good at stand-up comedy. And I feel like I've gotten to a place where I'm pretty decent. You know, I'm doing pretty well for myself as far as comedy goes. So now I'm more willing to like work on the other avenues and the other things so that I can have a successful comedy company, because that's what all we are.
Just you had to diversify.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
how,
amazing.
How long have you been doing it for?
Almost 8 years.
Comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's badass, dude. And how did you get into it, and what made you want to get into it?
I was acting at the time, and we wrapped on this play. This actually was like a fucking school like video or some shit. And we were at an open mic called Cookie's Clubhouse in Bremerton, Washington. And one of the dudes was like, "Hey man, you should go up. You're funny." And I'm like, I don't know about that, you know? Well, it got towards the end of the night and I got a little drunk and I was like, fuck it, I'll go up. And so I went up and I got a few laughs, and about 2 months later I went back. And then the next week I went back, and then the next week I went back, and then next thing you know, I'm doing 2 mics a week, and then I'm driving to Seattle to do the mic at the comedy club, and then
you just got addicted.
It just grows, man, and it's like, it's not. I don't even know if it's addiction. It was like it was a window of opportunity, and I felt like it was something that I could do, because I've been watching stand up since I was a kid. Like I used to stay up late and sneak out of the fucking trailer, you know, and watch fucking Comic View, because I lived in a white Christian house and Comic View wasn't allowed. So I used to sneak out. I watched Richard Pryor when I was fucking 12. And that's the one that got me. That's the one where I watched Richard Pryor. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
This man spoke profanity like it was a language.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. He's a goat.
And that's when I realized, hey, maybe I could do that one day. And later on, man, it just kind of happened.
As you're doing these shows, are you writing material or just trying shit out?
I mean, I've got an act. I've got a set, you know, that I go from, but I add and take away all the time.
Well, I meant like when you were first starting out.
When I first started, it was just, dude, whatever I could get on a piece of paper that I thought was funny.
Was there a lot of bombs?
Oh, yeah. But bombs are good.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I hate when comedians
sure.
look at bombs like they're bad. Bombs, you know, it's like a virus. You know, the lack of laughter is the antibodies. And what you got to do is just get those antibodies, and they'll fix that fucking virus in a heartbeat.
That's why I love comedy so fucking much, is because it's so ballsy to me. Like, I don't have the balls to like, because you have to practice your jokes in front of the audience, whereas a band you practice by yourself.
It's the only profession you have to practice live.
Totally. So you have to be willing to eat shit, and that to me takes a lot of fucking guts. That's why I respect it so much. I just fucking love it.
Yeah.
But I don't think could you ever do that?
No, dude. I get embarrassed.
I could not stand up there telling a joke and then no one like laughing.
I get embarrassed for other people when other people get embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't get up there, and the reason why I get embarrassed is because I couldn't fucking take that.
You feel sorry for them.
Shame. Yeah, it's like eating shit is
all
the scariest thing to do.
I get physically angry watching a bad set. Like, I get fucking angry, and I don't mean to, but it's like you're just hurting the audience, and the audience is why I do this. I love them. You know what I mean? I love the people that want to come out and see what we do. And they're everything in my book. So when I see people disrespecting them with bad comedy, it makes me fucking angry.
Well, do you think that they're just ignorant and think they're funny, or
I think
maybe it's just one bad set?
Honestly, it depends. If somebody just has shit miss and like their delivery isn't there,
maybe they're trying shit.
Yeah, they're trying shit. But if you're going up there and you're being edgy just for the sake of being edgy, and you're going up, you're talking about fucking beating your wife or fucking hitting your kids, or like
people do that on Kill Tony a lot. I don't know if you ever watched that.
I do. I used to. Yeah. I've got my own.
They'll just go up there and they don't have any punchlines or anything. It's just, I guess, shock comedy. You know what I mean? But it's like you can't really shock anybody anymore, you know. And it's not funny.
Yeah.
Because it's not smart.
Yeah, it is. It's the days of Sam Kinison are gone, right? But Sam Kinison could wrap it up in a pretty fucking bow for you when he's screaming it. But the guys that go up today, man, I see a lot of dudes, and they just want to do fucking abortion jokes and anything edgy that they can think of. And it's like, man, if you actually talked about the time that you know somebody aborted your baby, that's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The audience can't get offended at that.
Yeah.
You know, do that.
Truth.
Don't. Yeah, exactly. You can't get offended at the truth.
Are you afraid of cancel culture at all?
I mean, I'm weary. I think everybody is. I don't think anybody's doing this that's not is not in the back of your mind. You know what I mean?
It just can't.
I never thought D'Elia could get canceled.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Did you see the?
I watched the video.
What did you think of that? Or what do you think of the Chris D'Elia situation in general?
I mean, yeah, he was a sex addict. That's easy to figure out. You know what I mean? That's not hard to deduce. As far as like the 60, I've read through the emails. I went through the Reddit stream and I've seen, you know, both sides, and I've seen where certain edits were made to the ones that were put out to the press, where they didn't show his response, where he was like, bye, you know what I mean? Yep. And you could see the bias that the media was trying to fuel in order just to sell fucking, it's all to sell.
Yes.
Everything is to sell. And that's what people forget when they read this shit and they get so fucking mad, is that they're selling you something right now that you're reading. You're viewing their website. They are getting paid for that.
Yep.
Of course they're going to edit shit. Of course they're going to doctor shit. They can. It's the way it works. You know what I mean? So as far as like, I met D'Elia at Celebrity Theater.
I was going to ask you about that because you obviously opened for that Callen show, and I know D'Elia crushed that, right? Yeah, that's a funny video.
And my girlfriend, she's a cancer survivor. She had thyroid cancer like year and a half, 2 years ago. It's one of the reasons we ended up sticking around and staying here for a little bit longer. But D'Elia like helped her, like listening to the Congratulations podcast when she's going through therapy and shit. Like it helped her. Like she loved listening to his podcast and then getting to meet him and then watch her, you know, have to go through, you know, the media tear his ass apart and all that shit. That was hard.
Yeah.
Because I knew, you know, what a special relationship she had with him, you know, just as far as his voice carrying her through a hard time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, it sucks that, you know, people would go after her, not her hero, but like somebody that really helped her.
Yeah.
You know?
And you guys did get to meet him?
Yeah, I did meet him. He was a cool dude, man. He was super nice, super down to earth.
I think him being quiet really, I know you said, you know, maybe it was you or my brother said that.
I think he should have just came out that same video right away.
I don't.
Really?
I don't think he was ready.
Well,
I think
actually, you're right.
Through...
Actually, I did change my mind to that because I said, even in his own video, he took that year to kind of reflect and recalibrate.
He's in recovery.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He's in SA, and recovery is a hard. I still need to go through recovery. I'm not gonna lie. There's so much shit I got to recover from, but he it was sincere, and you could feel
it was heartfelt and sincere.
You could feel the sincerity behind it, and I believe him when he says he didn't have sex with anyone underage. I
believe him too. Yeah,
because why would he need to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it sounds that sounds fucked up and it sounds misogynistic, but you have to understand the lifestyle that he's living. He said it in the video. He's getting 40 to 50 messages after a show.
Every city he goes to.
Every fucking show.
Yeah.
And when you're a sex addict,
that's like somebody showing up with heroin every time you wake up in the morning.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Here's your 3 grams for the day, sir.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And the bigger he got, the more it fueled his addiction. And that happens in the industry all the time. We don't think twice when it's fucking coke.
No.
You know what I mean? But the second that it's sex, it's fucking, it's taboo and it's bad and it's these horrible thing.
It just sucks when the media does that because when I see those stories, I'm like, there's always 2 sides to every story, right?
Yeah.
But no one's ever gonna. But the media is not gonna sympathize for his sex addiction. You know what I mean? But why not?
John Mulaney checked himself into rehab about 4 or 5 months ago, if not shorter than that.
Was it for coke, right?
For coke.
Yeah.
It was a sub scroll on fucking TMZ.
Yeah. I didn't even know about it until you just said it.
It was barely a story.
Every good comic should go to rehab for coke, though.
It was barely a story. Everybody ran the D'Elia shit for days.
Yeah.
They ran the D'Elia shit for
months.
Those are smear campaigns.
That's why
Twitter mobs.
And it's because they attach the word pedophile.
Yeah.
And what a dangerous word to attach. You know what I mean? We use that word way too
it takes away
cavalier.
It takes away the meaning.
Exactly. But a real pedophile, I had one in my family. You know what I mean? Like, that's a different kind of fucking thing. And yeah, man, it's just,
to use that word so loosely.
That was hard.
What the fuck?
That was hard to see that. You know, we throw these words around, pedophile, rapist, all these things, and they're harsh, fucking life-changing words. They're hard words. And unless it's like 100% substantiated and proof, maybe we should think twice before we start throwing stones.
Yeah, but that's the problem with cancel culture.
It's the court of public opinion.
Yes, exactly. And there
There is no gavel.
That their sex addiction is fucking starting shit on the internet. Is finding a reason to ruin somebody's fucking life.
Yeah.
Seth Simons has made a fucking career of it.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who Seth Simons is?
I don't think so.
He's a comedy writer. When you get a chance, look him up. He's a he's a piece of work, man. I hope he hears this shit.
What's he do? Is he just talk shit about comedians or what?
Man, in my mind, he hate watches comedy. But
there's a lot of people out there that do that.
He goes after the Legion of Skanks. He goes after fucking everybody. And he went after Legion of Skanks from Milo Yiannopoulos or whatever his fucking crazy ass last name was. And that was dumb because Milo is a gay man. He's also married to a black man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
And he's conservative.
And he's conservative. You're only silencing him for his opinion, not for, you know what I mean? I hated that.
The problem is that, and let's just be honest, I'm not political in any sense of the term. I hate politics, but there is a leaning ideology in the media sphere, right? Just to fuck anybody at this point. It doesn't matter, what they are really going through. You just fucking ruin their lives.
Well, yeah. So also Bryan Callen's too.
Yes,
and he was at the same show, right?
Yeah, I mean,
did you get to meet him?
Yeah, I got to meet him too. He was cool. I didn't get to see him that much. I mostly hung out with Adam Ray, and Adam Ray was cool as shit. I opened for him later on. Adam Ray was a real cool hang, real nice guy.
How long did you get to your set to do that on that show?
I think I was supposed to do like 12 minutes. I think I did like 17.
Oh, that's
nice.
Cool.
Not bad.
But I was scared I was going to get in trouble. But
do they have like a light that comes on to tell you, and you just went 5
It was
past,
the round.
Or?
It was the round. Finally, I saw the light at the end, and I'm like, oh, time to go. But
was the this might be a dumb question. What was the stage spinning?
It wasn't. Yeah,
okay.
It wasn't.
Oh,
but
damn, that would have been dope.
That many people, man. It was fucking. It was different because you had the feedback. You know what I mean? I'm not used
all
to
around you too.
Yeah, I'm not used to having 3 seconds of laughter between jokes, or 3 to 5 seconds.
So you gotta have to pace more, maybe.
Yeah, you had to slow. I mean, it slowed everything down. Just the reverb. Because it's not like that in a comedy club. They laugh, then it dies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was that your biggest show to date at that time?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, for sure.
Can you talk about how you got onto that show?
Yeah, I just woke up early. it was like, I wasn't even going to go, man. I wasn't going to go. I talked to my buddy the night before. And he's an amazing comic, Mike Turner. I was talking to him the night before. And I was like, you going to go do it? He's like, nah, don't. He's like, it's a radio thing, man. He's like, he didn't say, do you think you're above it? He didn't say that.
Yeah.
But I could kind of feel it. You know what I mean? It was like, aren't you a little above that?
Are you talking about a radio contest? Or
It was a
radio.
it was for Holmberg.
Okay. John Holberg.
Morning Sickness. And it was like 30 or 40 comedians, and they all go up in front of I think his name's Brody or Brady.
Yeah.
The
Holmberg.
producer guy.
Live in person, they go in front of him.
Yeah.
And how long do they get?
I think we did like a minute and a half, or
okay.
It was like a short set. And
where was it at?
It was at the studio. It was at
and Frank Caliendo's there.
And Frank Caliendo's there. And I've been doing it a while, you know what I mean? So I was just a little bit more polished. A lot of those guys that were there, they were new, really new. And I don't think they were expecting anybody polished to come through. You know what I mean? Because they were kind of shocked.
They just thought a bunch of noobs were coming.
Yeah, and like I came through there, and then like I did really well on that show. And Matt Coleman from Stand Up Live came and tracked me down below the stage, and he was like, "Hey man, we got to have you at Stand Up Live and Tempe Improv." And that's how I got past at Stand Up Live and Tempe Improv, was through just getting up. And I've been trying for 4 years.
Not bad.
I've been trying for 4 years to get past the Tempe Improv and Stand Up Live.
For people that don't know what that means, can you explain what getting past is?
It's like becoming a regular at the club. If you're a local, it's the best you can do in your scene if you're not a traveling headliner.
So pretty much you're doing open mics, and then you become a regular, and then you get paid. Right?
Yeah. It's a grind up. You know, and you do local shows. You'll start doing local shows. Maybe some of the bookers will come out to local shows that are popular and see you and scout you. And, you know, it's always a possibility. And I run a Tuesday show at Rick Bronson's House of Comedy. And I know that weekends have been booked off my show when people come in and they do really well.
Talk about real quick about, you said Rick Bronson's House of Comedy. Where is that at?
That's in Desert Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's my home club.
Yeah.
That's the club they've been the best.
And you have your last show there coming up.
Yeah, and not to take away, Stand Up Live and Tempe Improv have been incredible to me. But House of Comedy, they let me showcase for Just for Laughs. They've, you know, given me NBC writing gigs. Like, it's, you know,
That's
they've
cool.
they've got 5 different clubs that I get to perform at. Like, I run a show with Rick Bronson. I think I'm the only person that's ever ran a show with him. So, you know, that's dope.
Yeah.
So after you became a paid regular at the Tempe Improv, then that just got you the gig for the Celebrity Theater?
No, the Celebrity Theater was first, because when I did well on that show at Celebrity Theater, the booker of Tempe Improv and Stand Up Live found me downstairs and, you know, told my girlfriend that they had to have me at Stand Up Live and Tempe Improv because I did so well on that show.
So before then, where were your clubs that you were going up at?
It was Rick Bronson's House of Comedy.
The whole time? That's just that?
Yeah, but I'd also go on the road with Ty Rivera. Ty Rivera, I don't know if you know who Ty is.
Mm-mm.
He's from Phoenix,
Okay.
but he moved to LA 14 years ago, and he ended up doing some big shit in LA. He was on like Gabriel Iglesias' show, like Last Laugh Revolution or something. He won World Series of Comedy. Ty is like renowned, and Tim Dillon talks about him all the time on his podcast.
Love Tim Dillon.
He talks about Ty regularly, and Ty can destroy a room in a way that it's different. You know what I mean? He's an amazing comedian, but him taking me on the road, like he put so much belief in me, man. I mean, he was
like a good mentor, kind of.
An incredible mentor, because the second that I got comfortable hosting, he pushed me to featuring. And the second I got comfortable featuring, he pushed me to headlining. And he got me gigs headlining on the road for the Brewery Comedy Tour, which, you know, that they were what they were, but they were the gigs that I needed for where I was at the time. And like, he took me to so many road gigs, man.
It probably gave you just confidence, right?
It gave me confidence. But here's the thing,
Teaching you
man.
the craft.
I grew up in a broken home with no fucking belief in me whatsoever. So all it takes is an ounce. You know, and I'll build you a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You just show me you believe in me, and we'll go to war. You know what I mean?
that shit's important.
It is.
That empowerment is super important.
Exactly, especially from somebody you respect.
Yes.
A peer.
Fucking A.
Yeah, someone you love and appreciate.
Exactly, and I'll see him get on stage, and he's gay and Mexican. You know what I mean? He's got face tattoos, and he will get up in front of a redneck crowd, and you will think that they're laughing at Jeff Foxworthy. That's how hard they're fucking laughing, bro. And he's just up there fucking purse first, just killing it. But that's what I love about comedy is you never fucking know, man.
Yeah.
How long were you on the road with them? What kind of cities did you guys hit?
We did like Colorado Springs, Sarasota, Florida. We've done like we did a lot of Northern California, Fresno, Redding, those kind of gigs. I did a lot of local gigs together. I performed with him on the Dirty at 12:30 at South Point in Vegas, which was dope. That show. You ever heard of that show?
Yep.
Oh, that show's incredible.
What is it again?
The Dirty at 12:30 at South Point.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Oh man, that show is so good. When Vegas comes back, go to that fucking show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Vegas is a ghost town right now.
I know, man. It's
It's
so
crazy.
sad driving through. I know, it's like World War Z, bro.
There's
it's fucking,
nobody there.
It's wild.
Like, I don't even understand how those places are even open still. Some of them are open.
People are still going. It's
Yeah.
just not. They're like in their hotel rooms and shit. Like
It's
the pools.
weird.
I don't know if the pools are open.
It's weird.
even
Even
know.
even
It's
when
never
you're
gonna be the
walking-
same. You know.
Even walking around in the casinos, it's like empty.
Yeah.
Do you have to like change your act to the different cities? Like I think a Florida crowd is just completely different than, I don't know, a Colorado Springs crowd, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed things when I was going through that.
I would think that maybe certain jokes might not even hit.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean, I do trailer park jokes because I lived in one for a long time. So
I think everyone could relate to that though, right? A little bit.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. So I did Sarasota, Florida, and the whole weekend, the first 10 minutes of my set, fucking eating shit, just not great, and it's a bunch of old people. It's just fucking a bunch of Quaker Oats guys, a bunch of Cracker Barrel regulars. That's all that's in there, and fucking. So yeah, man. At the end of the fucking weekend,
I mean, 10 minutes in, what are you at that point? What are you doing? Just reaching for whatever, just making shit up.
I would just go to the other shit. I'm like, well, if you don't like this, let's
just
try
different
this.
mean different material.
And I would go to the stay-at-home dad shit, and that would hit with them, you know. And then I would do marriage shit, and the marriage shit would hit with them, but they did not like the trailer park shit. And I found out on Sunday. I found out why. It's because everybody there lived in a fucking trailer, but they lived in really nice trailer parks on the beach.
And
so they felt like
high class.
They were like
trash.
high class. You know what I mean? And this is their retirement home. They sold their fucking brownstone in Brooklyn to live in a trailer in Sarasota.
A lot of motherfuckers are doing that. And all over the place.
Some of those are nice.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And they thought I was coming for their life decisions. You know what I mean? I was just trying to talk about meth. That was it. They weren't having it. They were like, "There's no meth in our trailer park, and it's not a trailer park; it's a mobile home."
Isn't that one of your jokes?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You had a joke that I was dying with. I don't mean to like bring up your act on here, but it had to deal with conditioner and.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because like, well, I've definitely done that as a kid.
Yeah, you look young enough to still masturbate with conditioner. I think. What I said.
Yeah,
that's crowd work.
No, that was good.
I can go on that forever. I love doing crowd work. That's not for me.
Is that just like ripping on people? And
yeah,
shit?
I love it. I don't want to say this because it's.
Well, you look like you're having a good time in that video. Too,
I always
man.
have. That's the thing, man. I always have a good time. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if you have a bad time or not.
Yeah.
You
look like you were having a good time.
As an audience member, I learned not to sit in the fucking front because you will get ripped on. I sat in the front of a show at the Comedy Store, and a guy called me. He said I looked like I kidnapped Jordan, and I was a stock boy at Trader Joe's because I had long hair at the time and shit, and I was wearing a trench coat.
You look a little bit like Josh Wolf. Has anybody ever told you? Yeah, you look a little bit like Josh Wolf.
I get told I look like all kinds of different motherfuckers, but I definitely have. I think today is because of the hat and he always wears these kind of jackets and shit.
You do have the full Wolf look going.
Yeah, that guy's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's old school Joey Diaz too. Right?
I saw Jimmy Kimmel's club is in Vegas, right?
Yeah, I did a showcase there.
Yeah, I saw when I was going through your Instagram and shit. I saw that you played there. I didn't even know you had a club.
Yeah, it's a fucking dope club too.
Was there very many people there?
Yeah.
Was it before the pandemic?
It was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like how many people is a seat?
I think it's hard to tell because they can lift the walls up and make it even bigger. I think they can seat maybe 300.
Really?
Yeah, like 300 to 500 maybe. I don't want to say. I don't know for sure.
And what was the celebrity theater?
I think Celebrity Theater holds 4, but
4,000. Yeah.
I think that day it was like 35 to 4. They said it was max.
I mean, the vibe from a club to a theater, I couldn't imagine.
It's completely. I'm a club comic too, so that was new. That was a different feeling.
Threw you off at all?
I mean, not really, but it definitely slowed me down.
Could you imagine the jump from theater to, say, arena? Like, I remember Rogan talking about opening up for Chappelle.
Yeah.
And just on his podcast, just how different even that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine doing the arenas like Gabriel Iglesias and Kevin Hart does. That's insane.
Kevin Hart been doing it for a while too. He's been doing that shit for a while. You know what?
Just making bank.
He's got that shit perfected.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they tried to cancel him too. It's like anybody that gets to the top, they're gonna try to cancel.
A lot of
it was dumb. I mean, Dave Chappelle said it the best. Kevin Hart is probably the best person that on the planet Earth.
Like, yeah, just a nice, good dude.
And he has had a squeaky clean image 99.999% of the time. He fucked up one time, and they held it against him.
Yeah, but they had to go back on his fucking Twitter feed for like 5 years.
Okay, so going back to what you asked him earlier, do you second guess any of your tweets or anything that you ever do because of that?
I'll be honest, man.
Because I feel like
I don't really fuck with Twitter because of that.
That's
right?
great. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. I just kind of stay on Instagram and Facebook. And,
I have a Twitter just because of people I like to follow, like say like Elon Musk and shit like that. But I never post onto Twitter for those same exact reasons.
Well, the problem is that those places are becoming where we get our news. So
I trust TMZ more than I trust CNN.
Yeah.
That's the honest to God truth.
Yeah.
If TMZ did war corresponding, we'd be good to go. Just a dude out there in a pink mohawk, just like, yeah, they're bombing shit. That's all we needed. Thank you, Fred.
At him with the camera.
Yep. That's all we need.
Mic.
Just put a GoPro on
I
them.
can't see that later. That's funny you say that. I've been getting really. It's not to fucking change the subject, but I'm gonna do it. I've been watching these videos about because I don't watch the news ever, and I haven't watched the news in probably 10 years. But I get all my shit from YouTube. You know what I mean? And I've been watching these.
All the news stations just put on YouTube now anyway.
Yeah,
But that can be scary as well. You don't want to get too much information from YouTube.
You,
know what I mean?
need to get your information from all over, and then
I
just construct your own idea. From
I
it.
agree. Here's what I think.
Like I'll read CNN shit, not agreeing with, just to see what crazy shit they're gonna throw out. But then you got to read the other side.
I get too pissed off.
I try to find honest journalists. I think that's the key. Like Vice has some honest...
I like Tim Pool.
I feel like
I like
Vice went
Tim
to
Pool
shit.
too.
Yeah.
Tim Pool's a great writer.
Well, he's ex-Vice.
Yeah, he's ex-Vice now,
yeah.
but he was one of the main Vice guys for a while. I do like some of the shit that Vice reports on. I do see a slant. There's always a little bit of a slant with every
My
fucking
favorite
thing.
motherfucker in the world's on Vice, Hamilton Morris.
Hamilton Morris is
I
great.
just watched Pharmacopoeia.
Yeah,
Fucking love that shit.
he's great.
Yeah, he's the real deal. But you could tell I don't think he wants to be on Vice much longer too, because he's been talking about how hard
his show's hard as
it's
fuck
too
to
hard
watch.
to watch. Yeah, and everybody should be watching that show, not just fucking people who are paying for Vice.
I wish we could have great interviewers actually. I wish Howard Stern could be on mainstream.
He's one of my favorites.
He's
dude.
one of the. I think he's one of the greatest interviewers ever to live.
He is.
He gets shit
well,
out of
Art
people
Bell.
that-
Art Bell is up there for me, but yeah,
Howard Stern can cut to the
I think
quick,
it's probably
man.
Howard Stern.
He gets people to open up about things that you would never think the person would talk about, and
Nope.
he's genius at how he does it. And he does it so casually and
Yep.
smooth. He researches the fuck out of the guests.
Yep.
He's a goat.
He is. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. I would watch him fucking hold a debate. You know what I mean? Let's have the people that are actually good at this shit.
I think Joe Rogan's great.
I think Joe's great
Joe
too.
Rogan is so good at
I think Joe knows how to ask the
steering a
right questions.
conversation, right? Asking the right questions, but also steering the conversations in the right directions.
Yeah.
You know? So, those are the motherfuckers should be running in the debate.
They're too scared for that. They're too scared for that. Politicians, there's not a single politician that's worth a shit right now. They're too scared for that. They're all establishment cronies on both sides.
What do you talk about on your podcast? You want to talk about that for a minute?
It's the White Trash Book Club. So I just read a book and then find all the white trash elements inside the book. That's it.
Not bad.
It's easy when I do it.
How long are they usually?
Sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes 3 hours.
You got to
It
read a lot
depends.
of fucking books then, huh?
I do.
That's good.
I read a lot.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I do. I read a lot.
I'm trying to up my reading right now.
Dude, I know some good ones. You got to read The Things We Carried by Tim O'Brien.
After the show, can you give me the 10 must read books?
Yeah,
I that's one of my favorite things to ask people.
yeah. I have no problem with that.
Hell yeah.
I'm thinking about them now.
Well, tell me some of the 10 must-read books right now.
The Things We Carried by Tim O'Brien is my favorite book. It's my favorite book ever written. It's fucking incredible. From the beginning, it's about the Vietnam War, and it's about the things the soldiers carried and how it tied into their lives and
I'll
things
read
that they
they
they held important. And man, I'm telling you, that's a read.
Yeah,
That's a fucking.
that's what
And
I've
you
been
pulled
getting
white
into.
trash elements out of that?
Some I don't touch. There's a few that I've deemed untouchable. That's one of them. I'll do.
It's too good.
Why? Because
Yeah.
you're making fun of it in a way.
Yeah,
and you
because
don't want to demean it.
There's certain things I'm never gonna make fun of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I respect
fucking-
that.
yeah.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I've got my own personal boundaries, and
So
Yeah,
what's a
we
book
all
that you do
should.
pull from?
yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I follow the Eminem rule. Eminem has done rap for 20 years. He's been the greatest rapper of all time. How many times has he said the N-word? Not fucking once. Not one time.
Yeah.
Right? If he can do rap and do it at his level and never have to say the word, then I can do comedy and also not approach some of these things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's just kind of the way I look at it. I can be great and never have to touch it.
Well, there are still some things that it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? We all have, not all of us. There are sociopaths and psychopaths that are out there. But sometimes there's certain things at certain times. It's just not worth.
Well, I only talk about what I know, and I'm big on that. And so if I don't know,
Yeah.
then I don't get into it.
Yeah.
Are you constantly writing?
I mean, I constantly think, and I'm writing down what I think. You know what I mean? Is it always I'm writing bits or this shit? I'll write down thoughts.
Have you always done that?
Yeah, and no. I started it more when I was a comic.
Well, how does it turn into a bit? take that thought and just try it out on stage? Or
I have premises, and then like there's certain jokes like the neck of color joke. That's just a joke I sat down and wrote. But then there's other joke, like I tell a joke about Uncrustables, about selling Uncrustables at the Phoenix Zoo. That joke's true. You know what I mean? There's truth there. And there's a joke I tell about grapes and assholes. That joke's true. You know, this dude really told me that he shoved grapes in his wife's ass. It's a real thing, and you know, but
yeah, sometimes life is even more humorous than what you
sure.
can make up.
Yeah, for sure. Now, do I embellish certain elements? Absolutely.
Yeah,
but it's rooted in truth. That's why I feel comfortable to tell it.
Do you have to write these jokes out and shit, or do you
Some of them I have, and some of them I've just been doing so long I know them. You know what I mean? I can get to know a joke really quick. I need to do it about 5 or 6 times, usually, just to get to know it, and then add to it, take away from it, figure out the nuances. Like I've been working this bit about the candy store, about living across from it and having kids. Yeah.
That place is legendary.
Yeah, I have 2 girls. Okay, that place is not fun. Riding by with 2 sugar addicts in the back seat.
Oh, I know. Yeah, growing up,
That's
it says candy store.
Yep.
That is the best marketing, not marketing, but like employment.
It's grooming is what it is.
Grooming,
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
it's grooming
exactly.
young girls, okay? 16 years old, she's got a sugar tooth and a fake ID. Where's she going? Man, that place is the devil, man.
But so like a joke like that's only going to work here, right?
No, not really, because it's the name.
Yeah, that's true.
The name
As long
carries.
as you set it up like
Here it's going to destroy.
yeah.
Everywhere else is going to hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
But
You just have to set up. There's a strip club called, the candy store.
yeah, it's iconic.
Yeah.
I met a stripper that worked there named Vicky Valium. That was her rap name.
Did you say Vicky Valium?
Vicky Valium. As in the
That's like exactly what goes on in those clubs.
Yeah,
that's her. We were doing
It's her
Bridget's.
life.
Just written into her name.
We were doing Bridget's Last Laugh, which
Cannabis cough.
we're doing Bridget's Last Laugh, which was if you've ever heard of it, it's a bar, and then they have Tickle Your Funny Bone in the back.
Yeah.
And
I just recently heard about
John
that,
Henry
yeah.
ran it for like 8 years, and it could be the hardest place to do comedy you've ever done, or it could be the easiest place. It was hit or miss. When Vicky Valium was in that room, it was the hardest place you've ever told a fucking joke, man. She gave a comedian a striptease on stage, straight up. Just got on him and gave him a lap dance while he was just sitting down out of the crowd. And then she's yelling from the crowd, "I'm Vicky Valium, bitches." It was a wild thing. And then she said she wanted to do time. So in true stripper fashion, she just goes right on stage. Listen, you ain't got to tell a stripper to go on stage. They know. They're trained. This is what they do, okay? You didn't have to blow a dog whistle or nothing. She went right the fuck up there. She went right up there. She started, like, doing her comedy, whatever the fuck it was.
What does this chick look like?
I like imagine how you would think of Vicky Valium would look. Imagine the tank top and the fucking the box
hair.
red. No, the box red hair.
Okay.
It's way too long. It's got too much black in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She looks like she got fired from being a superhero. She's got the pooch. I know you know what pooch I'm talking about. Not like the good pooch.
Not a gunt.
The sad one. The one that's
above
just
the
like
gunt?
No, the one that's just like a little lip.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like a little bloop
Yeah.
right there. It's like, it wouldn't be much to tighten it up, but she doesn't give a shit enough to do
so
it.
it just hangs out.
You know? So it's yep, that's what she looked like.
Is this at the candy store you said?
She worked at the candy store.
Oh, I see. Okay, and she was at this other event.
And yeah, she was on a date with a dude who apparently found her at the candy store and paid her $100 to go on a date with him.
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, you paid $100 to date this? Go to a trailer park, man. You can date this for free.
Yeah.
Actually, you're going to end up dating it for child support money, if we're being honest. But
Or as long as you're feeding them Valiums and shit,
she was a fucking oh man, she was a riot. And then we saw her like 6 days later at another bar downtown with a backpack, just walking down the street. Vicky Valium just fucking tearing the street up. And met her at fucking Gracie's Tax Bar. And she's like, "Y'all gonna buy me shots?" And we're like, "No, sweetie, you've had enough. Even if you haven't drank tonight, you've had enough."
Yeah.
Does she like remember you?
Yeah, she remembered us.
Remembers you.
Yeah. I don't think she'd remember me now. If she's alive. If not, R.I.P. Vicky Valium.
How long you been in Phoenix?
5 years.
What do you think of it?
Man, I love this fucking city. This is my, like, I will move back here one day.
Yeah.
Because Phoenix is like, man, I love this city. It really is, bro. It is Mad Max in this bitch.
Yeah.
It's refreshing to hear that because we've lived here for 25 plus years, and sometimes you just kind of get burned out and stuff. But it's cool to hear someone who just moved here who thinks those things.
Yeah, I've been here 5 years, bro, and I've done comedy everywhere from fucking Apache Junction to fucking Casa Grande.
No. You're at the Big Pine Festival, right?
Oh yeah, Flagstaff.
Yep.
Fucking. I've done comedy all over this. I did a show in Bisbee last weekend. Headline Chuckleheads.
Isn't that where
Stanhope.
Stanhope lives?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's on lockdown for COVID. We hit him up.
Fucking love that guy so much.
He's a fucking man. He's a prophet.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, he's on a different level. That's a goat.
Yeah. I like.
I saw him.
I'm a real big fan of Shane Gillis.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah,
I've met Shane.
Shane is like
Super nice guy.
dude.
Another cancel culture dude. Well, not cancel, but he got fired.
Yeah.
or
That was
whatever.
Seth
That's some
Simons.
bullshit. I
Was
thought that was
it?
Shane
That
Gillis.
was Seth
that
Simons.
was fuck him. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Seth
Fuck
Simons that
him.
came out with all that shit about Shane Gillis.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
really?
was bullshit.
Yep.
That was bullshit.
That's why, I mean, I don't want to talk shit about him too much because the fucking liberal army will act up.
Yeah.
And then we're like, Seth Simons is a hero. He's outing all these people. They're doing all these bad things. And like, that shit. And it's like, yeah, but he's also a snitch.
Yeah.
He can be both. Yeah, he can be outing people and doing the right thing and also be a fucking snitch.
I feel like an idiot. Who the fuck is this guy?
This is the guy that reported the joke about
That
Shane
went onto his
Gillis.
podcast and
Yeah,
found that clip of
yeah,
him.
yes,
Whatever he said, and then
And
because
there-
he just got the gig. We should explain this.
Yeah,
he just got a gig
For
on
Saturday Night
Live, and he's probably stoked. And then someone dug up this old podcast that he did from
Yeah.
fucking probably years ago.
Yes.
And he said, I don't even know what he said, but
It was an Asian joke.
I mean, here's the thing, man. You have to take risks.
you swing.
Yeah, you swing and miss.
You swing and you miss. I've swung and I've missed.
Yeah.
I told a joke at the Comedy Underground, which is one of the most liberal places you'll ever see comedy done in America.
Yeah.
It's in Seattle,
Yeah.
like in fucking downtown Seattle.
I love Seattle too. Seattle.
Beautiful
yeah,
city, but it
yeah.
is a very liberal place.
Yes, it is.
I did a joke about Bruce Jenner doing the transition because they came out with I Am Kate,
Yeah.
and they were talking about canceling Keeping with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just a clever way for an old white man to take jobs away from minorities. That's what I said. Okay? It was not a great joke. It was a dumb joke. But I thought it was funny. So I thought I'd try it at one of the most liberal fucking places in the goddamn world.
I think that's the best place to try those jokes.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the joke, but I'm guessing it was offensive.
I don't want to repeat it again.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's funny you bring up that Bruce Jenner shit, right?
We're talking about Bruce Jenner?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just leave for 2 seconds.
I know. I'm sorry. I took us there. It was a road.
Oh, I was kidding.
I remember growing up, we have a really good friend who his family lives out in California, that part of California, and they lived and Bruce Jenner lived in the same area. And there was rumors way before his shit ever came out that he was caught wearing chicks
Dresses
clothes,
while he golfs?
yeah, while he golf, like from people
No,
that
I just
were
made that up. I'm not.
people
I don't know.
that no, that's how he heard about it.
Oh.
Is through golfing and shit, and people like, yeah, there's this rumor and da da da.
Well, good for him.
I never could believe it. 4 years later, that shit came out.
Yes. It'll get you. It'll catch up. Everything catches up.
Yeah.
I'll have some shit catch
Well,
up for
that's
me
what
5
I mean.
years down
That's
the
why
road.
I'm worried about like shit like Twitter and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? You can't swing and miss on Twitter.
Listen, and also, like, skeletons, they leave the closet, man. Nothing stays in there forever. You know, Callen, the allegations against him are fucking 21 years old.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's sad too, man. But you know what, Callen, I wish Callen wouldn't have been silent. I wish he would have fucking said something.
He
like,
did right away.
I know, but he kind of.
I actually saw a video on him on why he had to step away from the fighter and the kid, and really he was doing it for Brendan because
Yeah, it's about the sponsors.
it was about the sponsors. He literally, if he would have stayed, lost every single one of them.
That's such.
And so
fucking
so in
bullshit,
order to
dude.
keep the show going, he had to step away.
That's so ridiculous.
He put 7 years of his life into
yeah,
that shit. You know.
Fuck yeah.
So
Did you guys just? I don't want to veer off too far,
you're
but it's
good,
kind
bro.
of thematic with losing shit. Did you guys watch the Tiger Woods doc?
No.
on HBO Max?
No.
I don't think so. No.
You need to watch that documentary.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a video in regards to his back surgery that he did. But
That documentary is fucking amazing. It's really good. And Tiger fucked. Like,
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger.
yeah, he got it
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Tiger fucked.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
apparently his dad was a poonhound too. So, like in the documentary, they talk about the dude that helped train Tiger. Like was on the golf course with him all the time. He's like, yeah, we would go into the trailer in the back for managers, me and the dad, and we would take turns. He's like, and Tiger's just seeing this growing up. He's like, and I did that to him.
So he grew up in that environment.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, fuck, man.
And then it's the same situation like we talked about earlier, except for Tiger Woods is a billion times more famous than Chris D'Elia. So
And a rich
and rich as fuck.
Rich as fuck.
Yeah. Rich as fuck.
Yeah. Especially
Right.
at that time. He was Michael Jordan status at that time.
I think he was bigger than Jordan.
You think so?
Yeah, when he was winning all those Masters, bro, nobody was as big as Tiger Woods was.
Yeah, dude. He couldn't do anything, man.
Bigger than Jordan?
Bro,
Worldwide, maybe? I don't know.
I know it would be a tough. I know,
But just to even put him up
I
in
only
that,
say it because
just to put-
personally, I'm more. I mean, I know about Tiger Woods, but I don't know. Maybe I'm more invested in Jordan. Maybe that's
yeah,
why I
but
say
here's
that.
the thing: nobody had won Masters the way that Tiger won. When he's winning by fucking 10
he
strokes.
turned golf into a rock star sport.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody filled up greens like you talking about
You're right.
10,000 people
Yeah.
would just to see this dude hit a golf ball.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the coolest
The
things I
shittiest
ever.
sport ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It's so boring.
I think
to watch.
it requires-
So boring to watch.
Golf
I think it
sucks.
requires the highest level of focus. I think it requires a different level, almost
Dude,
like a
fucking John Daly drank like fucking 12 beers a day, smoked
But here's
3
the
packs,
thing.
did
But
blow,
here's the thing.
fucking was fucking in between
Here's the thing.
shots, like, focus.
That's what John Daly needed to focus.
Yeah.
You ever seen that guy throw back a fucking six
But I
pack
don't
and then
wanna hear-
drive
okay,
like a
fuck-
goddamn?
I just don't want to hear about
hero?
them being athletes or any bullshit like that.
I'll fucking argue for him. Let's go, man.
Well, like are dart throwers athletes?
Fuck no.
Fucking, you gotta watch the doc, man. Tiger Woods was doing SEAL training.
Yes.
Tiger
he
Woods was
Okay,
doing
so
fucking.
he's different because he's an athletic guy. He's very
This man was
he worked
benching
out and
350
shit, you know.
pounds.
Yeah. That's how he fucked
No.
up his back.
Yeah, but he
Well,
was.
it's not
Yeah, it
just
is.
that; it's the torque from the
Also, his
swinging and
knees
all
got
that,
really
but
bad
He had,
from doing a lot
he
of
had
shit.
dysdegenerative too. He had a fusion surgery that.
I had,
Yeah,
I
but he
had
was
one
also
too.
doing SEAL training and shit around that time, I think, right?
What do you
Yeah.
mean he was doing SEAL training?
He was.
He went and trained with the SEALs.
Why?
His dream was to become a Navy SEAL.
Tiger Woods.
Yes.
yes,
I didn't
bro.
know that.
You got to watch the documentary.
It's-
What?
he's
While
he's-
he was famous.
Yes,
Yes.
while he was famous.
Why
Nobody
would
knew
you
about
want
it.
to go through that shit?
He did it a couple times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
probably
he did
like-
it quite a few times.
They probably eased the course on him and shit.
Still, who fucking cares? What is he out there doing trying to be a Navy SEAL?
I mean,
Could you imagine like you're
I get
some
it.
other
No.
country getting all
I get it.
fucking kidnapped by like some crazy fucking I
Yeah.
don't know
And it's Tiger
terrorists,
Woods.
and then Tiger Woods comes
Well,
from
listen.
a chopper and saves you.
Well, listen, I
Hits
I
a golf ball, like explosive golf ball.
Yeah, and
into
then
the enemy.
and then the terrorist drops. Another golf ball comes. They all drop. Fucking Tiger Woods comes down. You're like, holy shit.
his caddy walks
He's
up.
like, and he picks you up. He's like, let's go. Fuck. He pulls it up in the helicopter. Oh man.
You know, the funny thing is though, one of the things that I've been watching like crazy on YouTube lately is like these podcasts with these guys that were in the military. There's this dude that has a podcast, and he's like a former, special forces guy, but he has a really good podcast. And
What's his name?
Sean Ryan.
Okay, I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, and I haven't been watching the news, and I didn't know about this whole thing with this Navy SEAL guy that went off the deep end. They said and like killed a bunch of kids or a kid and tried to kill a kid. And
I'll have to look this up.
Trump came out and
We'll add some links.
yeah. Trump came out and became a proponent for him and was like, no, he wasn't a bad guy. He got railroaded by members of his team. And that's what happened. And the dude went to prison. They fucking raided his house, all this shit. Anyways, it's one of the most amazing interviews I've like seen because I didn't know about any of it. It sounds like you don't know about any of it.
I'll
It'll
watch
be
it.
the same for you. So anyways, it got me into like this YouTube hole of listening to, and this is gonna sound crazy.
This is McClay's weekly YouTube poll. He does this every week.
Yeah, so this is gonna sound crazy, but you know those like commentary videos where people will play a video and then like commentate over it? these are guys who were in the military commentating over live, like, you know how you get the clips of firefights like in Afghanistan and stuff, and watching these guys watch this stuff is like watching a fanatic football fan watching football.
Yeah.
And they even say, they're like, this sounds weird, but I enjoy watching this like no other. I fucking love it. And they love it when it's super hairy and like there's crazy shit going on. People, they're like it, and I imagine it's that adrenaline rush that they got at the time, and you could tell they like, and it's really weird to watch that. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, that's weird to think about. Look, I just dropped the room.
Yeah.
So I know you opened for Jay Mohr recently.
You want me to talk about that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, do you think he'll see this?
I don't know.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
fuck him.
fuck Jay Mohr. Yeah.
I don't know. Was he a nice guy?
Oh no.
Okay, because we're not.
I'll only speak.
We're not the biggest fans of him, but
Yeah. Well.
well, actually, we weren't fans for him for a very long time, and then recently, I'm sure you saw the video of Bert Kreischer
Yes.
talking about how he got
Still in-
slapped and shit. So he didn't slap you, did he?
No, that's.
Well, I hope.
First off, look at me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like 5 inches taller than this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yes, Bert Kreischer's pretty fucking big dude.
That blew me away, bro.
Like Bert Kreischer, you pussy.
It's not just
Well,
that. He
yeah.
also stole
Fucking pussy ass bitch.
material from Bert.
Yeah, he steals a lot.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that too, stealing. After you talk about this,
He had me worried about some shit. Man, all right. So I didn't know I was going up at 5:41. Matt Coleman called me and was like, I got called into work basically because his feature showed up late. So I get there. I think the show starts at 7. Jay Mohr's not there. 7:05 rolls around. Jay Mohr's still not there.
is that his time slot? 7:05.
The show supposed to start 7. And I'm like, yo, I need to know what he wants me to say to bring him up. Like, he's kind of got to be here.
So you're a host.
Yeah, I'm hosting / featuring.
Okay.
I'm hosting, but I'm doing 25 minutes off the top.
and then
Okay.
you bring him in.
And then I bring him up. 2-man show. And he had another dude for the rest of the weekend. He just couldn't be there for the early show. So, fucking, I do my time. I do 25 minutes. And 7:30, I check my time. And I'm like, okay, time's done. I didn't see the light, so I thought maybe I missed it. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. I just knew my time was done. I'm like, all right. I looked in the back. I didn't see him. I was like, well, let's give this a shot. Give it up for Jay Mohr. Nobody there. Oh, you're good. Thanks. Nobody's fucking there. Nobody. And I'm like, well, let's go back out and do more comedy. You're in a cage match at that point. If there's nobody to tag you out.
Has that ever happened to you before?
One other time, but it wasn't his fault. He had pancreatitis.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And he was like,
fuck.
he was barely getting through the fucking door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was this was.
Had you seen him at all before the show? At all?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not even throughout the day.
No one's even telling you anything.
No, apparently, like coming through Blythe, his car ran out of gas, so he had to take his skateboard to a fucking gas station.
What?
Which imagine fucking 50-year-old Jay Mohr holding a gas can, riding down the road on a birdhouse. You know what I mean? Fucking Tony Hawking his way to a fucking Circle K.
This is what you're being told?
This is what I was told. Yeah. So I go back out, and it's like 7:40. At this point, I've done over 30 minutes.
Jesus.
Like I've almost closed the show.
Is it still empty?
At this point. Nobody's there. And right as I'm about to start another joke, it's like 5 minutes long. I see the light. And I'm like, okay, fine. I cut that joke short, and I'm like, all right, everybody. You seen the special Comedy Dynamics American Treasure, I think it was? Jay Mohr. He comes out, bro, and he's got he's all paparazzi'd up, man. Like he's got a fucking full-on beanie. The collar's flipped up. He's got sunglasses and a mask and
like hiding his face.
Like
he's hiding from the paparazzi.
It felt that way. You know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, you're a long way away from Bob Sugar. You know what I mean? Nobody remembers Jerry Maguire anymore, bro. No,
yeah.
And nobody's showing you the money. So just yeah. Anyway. So he goes up,
and then you just hear,
and he doesn't say,
Yeah.
he doesn't say thank you for thank you for like, covering for me. It was nothing like that. There was
Did
like,
he do a set?
yeah.
So he just grabs the mic.
He grabs the mic and then, he looks at me and he's like, is that your brother? And I'm like, who? He's like, the guy in the crowd. Is that your brother? And I'm like, no, that's not my fucking brother, man. I was the comic,
What the fuck?
So yeah, the show goes on. He stands like this, and he stands like 6 feet away from the mic, and he's talking, and it's weird, man. It was a weird set, and
Were people laughing?
not as much. Yes and no. Like he would get some laughs, but
Did he ever take
Did you laugh?
his glasses off? Or
he was
anything?
messed up, man.
Oh, you think he was fucked up?
Dude, he had to be.
Yeah.
He
How long
had
was
to
his
be.
set?
That sucks.
I think he ran the light by like 19 minutes. And this is after showing up 40 minutes late. So they had to push. I ended up getting added to the late show as well, and I met his feature. His feature was a nice guy, Bill Dawes.
Did he say anything? Like,
No, so I walked in the green room to get information about Bill, like credits to bring him up with. And the second I walk in the green room, Jay kind of flips out. He's like, COVID. I'm like wearing a mask, you know what I mean? But he's like, COVID. And he's like, I can't be in here with more than 2 people. And grabs his quesadilla and his nachos and goes and sits outside where everybody is walking by.
do you think he's freaking out because of Arizona being such a major place, or do you
Why
think...
would you go to a more trafficked area?
Yeah.
That didn't make any fucking sense. And then he dropped his nachos and ate one of the nachos. He was so fucked up he ate floor nachos.
Was there at least 3-second rule?
I guess. No. He had to set the plate down to pick him up. It was at least 10 seconds. And then he said... And then he set his other plate down next to it on the floor. Like that was more sanitary. This whole time I was asking questions that there was no answer to. The only answer was there was something there.
Do you think maybe he was already obligated to the gig and didn't want to do it and just had to do it?
Man, I don't know, man.
Did you have any preconceived notions about him or ideas before you got the show with him?
Listen, the club, I just want to say, like, the club handled it as professionally as they could possibly handle it. Like,
Well, you almost feel sorry for them.
It was a lot for them to deal with, man.
Oh, I bet.
Like, that's a fucking lot. That's stressful as shit.
Where was this at?
Because I've produced, I've produced some Big Pine and shit. I've dealt with, like, people being, because I run a festival.
Yeah.
So people are getting fucked up. So I've dealt with people getting fucked up and going on stage and, like, I know how to handle it, but...
We should talk about that. You're talking about like I know you had a hand in the Big Pine Comedy Festival and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, let me finish talking Jay Mohr real quick.
No. Actually, go as long as you want for that. Sorry. Sorry.
No, yeah, definitely.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And this is my first time meeting the guy. You know what I mean? Like I was excited going to Tempe Improv. I was like listening to music. I was like bobbing my head. I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna meet Jay Mohr tonight. This is gonna be fun, man.
So you didn't hear like about his shit before
I
that?
I don't stay plugged into comedy like that. Like I should.
So, I could see that, man. I could see that. Like if you don't know that shit, you're kind of...
Yeah, but I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I tend to unplug, from comedy. I just try to like stay in my lane and just focus on what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I don't let other voices, try to get in my head and influence and just try to have my own outlook.
I guess what he was trying to say is because we already kind of disliked Jay Mohr before from some previous things, but within the last month was the Bert Kreischer incident. So I guess he's just trying to say if you heard about Bert Kreischer getting slapped before the show, right?
I didn't.
Oh, not only that.
I knew about him
Jay
stealing
Mohr,
his Tracy Morgan story.
Yeah.
And the Tracy Morgan story.
I knew about that.
Jay Mohr is he doesn't have a good reputation within the comedy scene.
Maybe.
And so here's the thing. All right, if you ever hear Jay Mohr mention an Uncrustables, punch him, because when I got off stage on the Late Show, I did 15, and I did one of my favorite bits I love doing in Phoenix about kicked out of the Phoenix Zoo. And when I got off stage, Jay Mohr is like, "How did you say that?" And I was like, "What?" He goes,
"Oh no,
my 3-year-old for being 3 and not 2." He goes, "Dude, you're really fucking funny." He's like, "You're actually hilarious." And I'm like, "You didn't need the actually in there." That felt, condescending. But okay, thank you. You know, the whole time he's just standing like this and he's sweating, man, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Is he known as a joke thief too, or?
Yeah, that was the other thing, is that he's known as a joke thief. So like, I felt weird telling him how I phrased that joke. I was like, fuck, is that gonna fuck me?
What is that like? Is that a normal thing within the comedy community? Like coming up? I'm saying coming up.
You have to worry about it.
Do you have to worry about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have a lot of shit on YouTube. And I've tried to get the shit that's on YouTube taken off. Because I want people to have to look for my shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be out there because I know comics that steal shit. Like, there's comics in Phoenix right now that are doing shows, that are doing jokes on stolen jokes, doing shows on stolen jokes.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, I watched a guy do a Christy Stefano bit almost word for word one day.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's like that.
There's so much material with these comics having podcasts and stuff, and they're always swinging during their podcast that people probably think it's easy to recite that on stage and get away with it, I bet, you know?
Yep. Yeah, it's...
But after what
funny.
happened to what's his nuts
Mencia.
Mencia, like, I don't understand why anyone would want to do that.
Dude,
That guy's been pretty much fucking
I ain't gonna lie,
shunned.
man. Mencia hurt. Like, that hurt a little bit because I actually liked Mencia. I wasn't a huge fan of his, but I thought like he kind of pushed the boundaries a little bit, and you know, I like comics that do that.
So as a fan of that, then what was your thoughts when all that shit went down?
I fucking hated him.
Yeah,
I don't imagine any million of an Illy fan were fucking stoked when they found out that they were what they were. You know what I mean?
Fake.
Did you see his attempted apology on Tiger Belly?
Yeah, but
It was bullshit, huh?
what fucked him up was the whole Rogan conversation. The fact that was recorded. That conversation at the Comedy Store, did you ever see it?
Are you talking about Bobby Lee?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Carlos Mencia.
Yeah. That's what fucked him up is that video.
Yeah.
But what
'Cause
fucked
he
him
brought
up...
Ari
I know. When Joe Rogan goes on the stage.
When he brought Ari on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is that Carlos will never admit that he's a joke thief, and that's his problem.
It was
Bobby
the Katie
Lee,
Couric thing too, because he just said, "I take it and I remix it."
Yeah, you can't say shit like
Bobby
that.
Lee gave him every opportunity to fucking would be like,
I
just
got
to
a lot of
fucking
respect for
apologize,
Bobby.
you know,
Yeah.
and he just didn't do it. You know?
I respect Bobby for actually saying that. He was like calling him out. He was like, you really should just say you're sorry.
And that's such a narrative that even in the Comedy Store documentary, they bring the Mencia shit up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, fuck, just say you're fucking sorry. There's so many incidences of you literally stealing line for line jokes on YouTube right now.
Yes.
It was well known that Robin Williams would steal jokes.
Yeah, that is very well known. Yeah,
it was well known, but Robin Williams would also write you a check.
And they didn't have phones back then to do all that shit either.
No.
So you just kind of like word of mouth, I guess. You just kind of
apparently
you probably could get away with it.
What I heard
more.
about Robin Williams is that he had an insane memory. Is that his memory was absolutely incredible.
That dude looked like he never shut off.
Well, it's cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Chevy Chase in the 70s. Chevy Chase was like the biggest cokehead. I've heard people hate working with him.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Everyone was he on Community?
Yeah, him and Joe McHale or something like that.
Yeah, they say he's a fucking monster to work with.
The guy who does Community also does
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Dan
And he
Harmon.
says Chavez. Yeah, Dan Harmon. Yeah, he said he's a nightmare to work with.
I've heard the same thing. Yeah.
Can you talk about the festivals and shit that you?
Yeah. So I work with Broken Drift Productions. I've been with them. Our CEO is Hillary Hudson, and that's a name that she's a name in comedy now. It's crazy because I remember seeing her run a show at Rock Bar in Scottsdale, and now
Rock Bar?
Yeah,
I remember that place.
Yeah, she ran a Thursday show there like 5 years ago, and now she's in the process of building a comedy club.
Nice.
And doing all these fucking incredible things. Like she's moving the comedy festival to San Diego. I don't know if I can say that yet, but
you just did.
I just did. So edit that shit. But there's a lot of shit that she's doing, and she's just, man, she's incredible to work with, and she's her own fucking like network, man. She really is. She never stops working. She's always working. So Big Pine, she took that over 4 years ago.
And what is the big? It
was in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
I think it's being moved now. I'm not sure. I can't confirm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flagstaff is oh man, that running that festival in Flagstaff was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It a shit ton of walking.
Yeah.
But in that altitude will fuck you up.
Well, how's it work? There's just different clubs and then different comedians everywhere. And you just kinda...
we would take bar like Southside Tavern, and we would turn the back room into like a small comedy club. And then we would do shows at the Orpheum. We would do shows at Green Room. We would do shows.
Orpheum's badass.
The Orpheum's dope. I was supposed to headline there, COVID. And COVID
I've mixed a band there with my friend from the
yeah?
upstairs, from the balcony. I don't know if the soundboard's still up there, but
I love that room. Yeah. Love that room. Yeah, have you seen it the way they have it now, where it's blocked off and they have?
I haven't been there for fucking ever.
Oh, dude! So they've taken it and they've like, where the theater seating starts. Mm-hmm. They've dropped a curtain and they put a stage right in front of the curtain. Oh. And they filled that whole area with tables and then the rafters up top.
So it's more intimate.
So it's so much better, dude. It's so cool. Feature for Brian Scalaro there, and that was a story too. That was a fucking time. But yeah, that room's beautiful. I love Flagstaff. The Run That Festival's fun. We were sponsored by Tito's, and we had a good relationship with Tito's.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's real cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you get drunk up there, man. Bro, it don't take much. At altitude, you're two Tito Ritas, baby, and you're crawling.
You got some wild stories or what?
I mean, there was the dude from America's Got Talent, French accent. Do you remember him?
I don't think so.
He did the accordion comedy. He's a far right winger now. He threw up on my shoe while I was walking him to his mobile home.
Damn.
He's got like an RV he lives in.
That's actually kind of cool.
And I was
from Tito's.
Like if he's just going from fucking.
You didn't see this RV, okay? It looked like it looked like
he's all.
It looked like the RV from like if you were in a jug band, you know what I mean? Like if you were in like a deep bluegrass band, it was that kind of RV.
Oh,
like Bad Lickens, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw up on my shoe. It's hard to talk. I don't want to make the festival look bad because like there's a lot of good moments that happen at the fest, man. There's like some cool shit that goes on. Seeing people get opportunities. We give away weekends to clubs, so it's like guys that have fucking grinded for years and haven't gotten anything. Guys that are really truly funny, but man, they got like kids. You know what I mean? They got kids. They got a life. They got to fucking put a roof over their head.
Is there a lot of people coming outside of Phoenix into Phoenix right now to just get up on stage?
Yeah. I've had a lot of friends come from out of town to do my Tuesday show for sure. Like I would say almost every week for a couple months. Yeah, there was somebody from LA on my show.
I wish there was some way that they can make that happen more. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be some.
We need not to take it too far out though. We need rail systems. Yeah, we need a European sense of rail systems.
Yeah. Here to LA and shit.
Here to LA and Texas for sure.
Texas, yeah.
Dallas to Austin, you could do it in 35 minutes with a rail system. 35 to 40 minutes. Fucking Houston to Austin.
That would change everything.
Well, you think they're doing that? They could be doing that shit. You never know, man. With fucking
Elon Musk was trying that shit underground, but they fucking in LA, but they stopped that shit.
Yeah. I wonder fucking how far they got.
Well, he dug some pretty big ass fucking holes.
Yeah.
And Eli.
What's that?
I said Eli. Yeah. Did he smoke weed this time on Rogan?
Dude, I love Rogan to death, but watching the video on Spotify is a nightmare. It only works on phone. It doesn't work on the like PC. Like I like to have it on the background on my TV and shit. Yeah. And I actually just saw a clip with Rogan recently, and he's kind of admitted like, yeah, it sucks. We still got a lot of work to do. And in the few clips that he puts out on YouTube, everyone in the comments is just kind of bitching too about the same kind of things and how Spotify doesn't have a comment section and those kinds of things. So
yeah.
So I didn't. So I guess what we're getting at is I didn't watch it to see if he did.
It's crazy, man. You gotta have to improve and adapt always, right?
Yeah.
Pivot.
That's the thing. You just gotta know how to pivot.
Yeah.
And I just hope that Rogan doesn't continue to. I hope he changes something.
He's actually. I heard he's working on a new studio right now.
Nice. Well, another thing is I watched the Louder with Crowder thing with Alex Jones, and Alex Jones was like,
I think that's where I heard that from. Was that episode?
Well, when he was talking, he was like, the place that he got, it already had this thing that was already in that shape. So he just wanted to. He didn't build that shape. He just thought,
No,
it
yeah,
might
yeah,
be
yeah.
cool.
It was
So
already
that
there.
made me feel better because when I first saw the studio, I was like, why would you fucking do that?
I thought when I saw that it was for sound or acoustics or
Yeah.
something. Just that, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
I thought it looked cool. The red room.
Yeah.
I thought it looked cool. Like a bunker, man. Who wouldn't want to go into a bunker with Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go into a bunker
Looks like a
with
fucking
somebody,
spaceship to me.
Yeah. It's too bright.
Looks like a microwave oven or a toster oven.
it does look
Yeah.
like you're warming
It's all
chicken
hot
nuggies
out,
in
yeah.
there.
Rogan, or yeah, fuck yeah.
Anyways.
Do you have any social media and plugs and all that shit? You want
Yeah.
to say real quick? Or?
Yeah. Instagram's going to the Jon.
I love that.
Nice.
Jon. Twitter's the same. I think I just joined Clubhouse.
Can you explain
Yeah.
Clubhouse? Because I
It's
hear people
audio
talking-
drops, so I might start using it.
So
My
what does
friend's
that mean,
trying to get me
audio
in it.
drops?
I think it's just like you can drop pieces of your podcast or your audio, and like people can listen to it from like social media. So it's like I don't know. I think it's more like I don't know. Maybe it's Facebook for people that can't read.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out.
Well,
I heard
that's
Lex
the
Freeman
crazy
just
shit.
talking about doing a Clubhouse on Twitter.
I heard
and,
Tim Dillon talking about it.
I think he was the
Yeah.
same one. Tim Dillon.
Yeah,
and Lex
Tim
Freeman.
Dillon was talking about it.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, there's
Dude,
another
what a
program I
monster
gotta
he's become.
He's fucking. I
You know, I realize
listening.
why he does every fucking podcast humanly possible.
Yep.
Like even from the past like 3 to 5 years, like he's on even the most obscure podcasts. Like holy shit, Tim Dillon did this podcast. Like he just put himself fucking out there.
He's knowledgeable.
And he's
Yeah.
smart as shit. Yeah.
I think he's got to read
He's
the paper
smart
or
and witty,
something
too.
every
Yeah,
day.
he's super witty.
So
super
witty.
witty.
Yeah, he's incredible.
He's the best person to follow on Twitter, in my opinion. That's one of the reasons why I have Twitter, is just because he posts the funniest shit, like some crazy news story going on, and then it's his take on it, which is
Yeah.
always funny and wild. You
And I
know?
mean, his shit that he did about Meghan McCain was so fucking.
oh
funny.
god, the way he stirs shit up.
Oh my god, dude, so funny. And the shit he did about what was it, the trans,
Yeah.
the White House correspondent. I don't remember. Health and safety. Did you see that sketch?
Yeah.
Oh, his sketches, yeah.
He's almost better than SNL alone.
I wish he would do more of them.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's it's a lot.
He could go hard like Schultz and get his own Netflix show doing those kinds of skits.
I'm
you know?
surprised he
I don't
doesn't already
think-
have him.
I think he's too dangerous for Netflix. I think HBO Max. I think one of those streaming services. Some of them would fuck with them.
The problem is there's too many of them, man. It's getting to a point where there's too many
There
of
are.
these fucking things.
it's cable again.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's cable.
It's still
again.
better than fucking Cox. Cox
Everybody
cable
hates Cox. Man.
sucks.
Everybody
How-
hates.
do you not
Cox.
hate Cox?
I don't have Cox.
You don't have Cox.
I have a Cox, but not multiple.
If you don't pay your cable bill, they'll come cut off your Cox.
Yeah.
That's Oompa's shirt slogan. But no, Cox Cable is just,
It's
They're a
notoriously
nightmare.
bad.
They're a
Yeah.
nightmare.
They've
and
got
they
like,
have a monopoly on everything.
they've got like 1.7 stars on Google. Like, you know how bad you got to fuck up for like, they've got like 8,000 reviews.
I want to add to that
1.7
shit. I'm gonna
stars.
add to it.
They're funny, bro. I love reading reviews is one of my favorite
It's
pastimes.
like a Florida man type thing.
Oh man, I love reviews.
Do you ever give reviews or bad reviews?
Fuck yeah.
Me too.
I could read one.
All right, let's close the show with Jon Carden leaving a.
So this is
Let's leave your most fucked up, like fuck
Now,
this
how
place
about-
review.
how
And
about-
explain what happened.
Now how about I leave I'd rather do one that I loved because
Okay.
it's funny.
Okay.
Reviews. There we go. There's mine. So I go to this Thai place all the fucking time. And I got real stoned and drunk one night. And I'm riding through them like, what people say about my Thai place? You know what I mean? Like, what are these people talking? And I read through some of the reviews, bro, and they pissed me the fuck off. And I'm like, y'all are whack. Like, all right, so it was more of an attack on their reviews.
So you're counter reviewing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you like this place? You've been to this place?
This is my spot, bro.
What's the name of the place?
Cruitai. It's
Okay.
on 20th Street in Bell.
Okay.
It's only takeout right now. But, bro, I'm telling you, it is the best motherfucking food. Get the stir-fried eggplant or the pad ki mao. That shit is amazing. And I'm from the South. You know what I mean? I sound like I eat nothing but Golden Corral. I'm saying it's amazing. Okay. So I said my girlfriend and I are regulars here. And I've gone through a ton of the reviews. and I see a lot of people maintaining the stance that the customer service is lackluster. I said, that is false. Every time I've been to this establishment, they have taken complete care of me in every way. I wanted to put in there even hand jobs, but I didn't. I left it out. I was like, I've eaten there probably 100 times in 2 years. That's no dope. I probably spent $6,000 at this place. Like, I'm invested in this restaurant. It's the best food in Phoenix. I'm hesitant to post this review because I don't want to. I don't want a place to get more popular. I want to keep it to my fucking self. Because fuck y'all. But let me address some of the issues I've seen. No, they don't allow strollers. It's a small restaurant. And if hot curry gets spilled on your sleeping germ baby, who's going to receive the blame? Not you for bringing a Mack truck-sized germ-mobile into a dining establishment. That's fucking who. If you ordered mild and you complained about the food being bland, I hope you don't reproduce. Order spicy or don't complain. Just because you didn't have the gumption to be culinarily adventurous doesn't mean it's the restaurant's fault. Sitting in a small establishment after you've eaten and having a 2-hour conversation while people wait makes you the restaurant equivalent of the Antichrist. If they asked you to leave, it's because you were there too long. It's a spot to eat, not raise a fucking family. The food takes a little bit when the restaurant's packed. Be patient or pre-order takeout. It's not difficult. This is my advice. Eat the stir-fried eggplant. Be kind to these people. Don't you ever complain about this lovely and sacred shrine to culinary integrity. I'm out.
That's fucking perfect.
And I was drunk as fuck.
Those are the best, right?
Oh, I was drunk.
Does it have any responses, or does anybody
You can
say
thumbs up or
anything?
down them. Did
Yeah.
you get thumbs ups?
No, I don't think so, but it's not for them. That was for me.
It was for the owners.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully they saw it.
Oh, man.
Well,
I
that was
saw
nice
that
of
and
you.
she was like, they don't allow strollers in there. I'm like, fucking of course they don't. What? It's a restaurant. Collapse the goddamn thing and put it in a corner.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard the word gumption before.
that's a good
What is
word.
I
that?
think
mean?
that's a southern word, maybe. Gumption?
Yeah, what does
Like
that mean?
testicular fortitude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of what gumption is.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using that.
Let's look it up. Hold on. Let's look up gumption. I want to make sure.
I like learning new words.
That's
was
why
like, I
you
don't think
read.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Reading helps you learn
Shrewd
new
or
words.
spirited initiative and resourcefulness. So like balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, spirited resourcefulness. That's having balls.
I'm having balls. Yeah.
Huevos. And on that note,
You have
We
anything,
end on
McCoy?
huevos.
Yeah, on big balls.
Yeah.
This was fun, fellas.
Yeah, man.
thank
Thanks
you for having
thanks
me.
so much for coming on, man. It was a baddest time. And anytime if you move to Austin, you come back into Phoenix, man, and you have a moment and you want to come on and fuck around and plug some
Yeah,
shit,
I'd love
but
to,
we'd
man.
love to
Yeah.
have you come back on and shit.
Fuck yeah, I'd love to come back on.
Yeah.
We'll see if I get another Jay Mohr story.
Yeah, right. Fuck
Probably
that.
not now.
No.
You'll probably have all kinds of stories in Austin, man. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope.
I think that's super exciting, brother.
I'm liable to move there and quit. That's how it works, right? Move there and end up just washing dishes.
Well, it's crazy. Just really quick, the time you decide to move there, their electricity bills go up $10,000.
I know,
They're
man.
fucking having the winter storm. and-
You can't.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I've moved. I've dealt with so much shit. I went to 3 different high schools my senior year. So, like, I've fucking been around, man. And I've learned you just got to roll with the punches. There's nothing you can do. You can't change it. You just got to get ready for what it is and accept it and just move on, move through it. You know? Be a smooth stone.
Snow will melt.
Yep. It'll be fine. It's going to be 70 degrees next week.
Yeah.
People will be out fixing shit. Everything will be fine in a week or 2.
Yeah, that's when you get there.
Yep.
Well, good luck with all that, man. And fucking, that's pretty exciting shit. So,
Hell yeah.
all right. Well, thanks a lot, McClay. Did you have anything?
No, good to go, brother.
All right, and that is a wrap on episode. Is it 115 or 116?
116.
Oh, okay.
116.
Yeah, wrap on episode 116 of the Bogcast.
Boom.
All right, let's do this. Ads, baby. Ads, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
Ads.
wait, listen to that again. Ads, baby. Ads, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
Ads.
wait, listen to that again.
Ads, baby. Ads,
I don't
baby.
know. I'm fucking just trying to fucking get the fuck out of here, dude. We have now partnered with Mellow by Design to bring you handcrafted, high-quality CBD at a discounted price. No promo code.
Nope.
All you have to do is go to bogcastcbd.com, and all the prices are already reduced. Tinctures, topical sprays, pet drops, salves, and even hand sanitizer.
COVID, bro.
Vegan-friendly, all-natural, gluten-free, and sweetener-free. No THC.
Bummer.
Oh my god.
They won't watch this.
Bang!